Cassadaga, known as the psychic capital of the world, harbors a dark secret among its spiritualists. When a series of unexplained phenomenon begins to plague the town, a detective discovers a coven of witches using their powers for vengeance. The detective must confront his own skepticism to stop them before it's too late. In the heart of Florida, nestled amidst the whispering pines, lies the quaint village of Cassadaga, known to some as the psychic capital of the world, yet to others it is a place of far darker repute. Here, beneath the veneer of tranquility, lies a secret as old as the land itself, the Witches of Cassadaga, a coven shrouded in the mist of legend, their powers whispered in tones both awed and fearful. This tale, dear reader, is of a man named Julian, a skeptic of the supernatural, who ventured into this enigmatic village, driven by a desire to debunk the tales that intrigued and terrified the locals for generations. Julian arrived as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the village into a twilight realm of shadow and half-light. Armed with nothing but his cynicism and a lantern that cast a feeble glow against the encroaching darkness, he sought out the heart of Cassadaga, where the veil between worlds was rumored to be thinnest, and where the witches were said to gather under the cloak of night. As he wandered into the silent streets, Julian felt a growing sense of unease, a feeling that he was being watched by unseen eyes. The air grew chill, and a fog began to rise from the ground, swirling around his feet like spectral fingers. It was then he heard the whispers, soft and seductive, calling his name from the shadows. Following these ethereal voices, he was led to the edge of a clearing, where beneath the boughs of ancient oaks stood a circle of stones, their surfaces etched with runes that gleamed in the moonlight. Within this circle, the Witches of Cassadaga appeared, their forms emerging from the mist, cloaked in robes of midnight hue. They moved about the stones with a grace that seemed not of this world, their chants rising in a crescendo that filled the night with a power that Julian could feel in his very bones. Overcome by fear that rooted him to the spot, Julian watched as the witches conjured spirits from the ether, their forms coalescing from the mist, a host of the departed who whispered secrets of the beyond. The air was thick with the scent of herbs and crackle of arcane energy, as the boundary between the living and the dead grew ever thinner. Then, as suddenly as they had appeared, the witches turned their gaze upon Julian, their eyes burning with an otherworldly light. In that moment, he knew true terror, for he realized that he was not merely a spectator, but a part of their ritual, a pawn in a game whose rules were written in the annals of the unseen. With chants that echoed in the depths of his soul, they beckoned him forward, into the circle, where the spirits swirled like a maelstrom of the damned. Julian, unable to resist, stepped into the circle, and was enveloped in darkness. When he emerged, the world was changed. He saw the village, not as it was, but as it had been, a place of power, where the veil was torn asunder, and where the Witches of Cassadaga held sway over forces both ancient and terrible. He fled Cassadaga as the first light of dawn broke the spell of darkness, but he could not flee the knowledge of what he had witnessed. The witches, their rituals, and the spirits of the dead haunted his dreams. A reminder of the night he peered into the abyss and found it staring back. Thus ends our tale, a chilling reminder that there are mysteries in this world that defy explanation, and powers that lurk in the shadowed corners of reality, awaiting those brave or foolish enough to seek them out. Let us tread carefully, dear reader, for in the pursuit of knowledge we may find ourselves ensnared in the very darkness we sought to illuminate.